Namaste, dear friends, and welcome to our continued study of Patanjali YogSutra. We did up to the verse number 34 last time, and we have started understanding and studying Astanga Yoga. So we did the two parts, Yama and Niyama. And these each one, Yama and Niyama, these two parts of Astanga Yoga, they each consist of 5 subdivisions. So we saw that, that is ahimsa satyam asteya brahmacharya parigraha. So that is the Yama and Niyama we also saw. So now we are going to understand what is the advantage of doing this. These things are very demanding and very profound. So to do in a day-to-day life is not an easy task. But the reward is equally brilliant. If we do it, then the reward is so great that that one must try all the best to adhere to these principles. And these are called 10 pillars of Sanatana Dharma. So 10 pillars of Sanatana Dharma, 5 in the Yama, 5 in the Niyama, then 10 pillars of Christianity, 10 pillars of Buddhism, 10 pillars of Judaism. Is like that. These are the 10 pillars of our Sanatana Dharma. So, what are the advantages of following that? We are going to understand in the current lecture, which is 35, verse number 35. So, it says, the sutra number 35 says, what is the advantage of following ahimsa? So, ahimsa pratisthayam, tat sannidho vairtyaga. Word by word, there are 5 words. Ahimsa, pratisthayam means established in ahimsa. Once we are established, or yogi is established in ahimsa pratisthayam tat sannidho means in vicinity of such a yogi, in contact and company of such a yogi. Tat means that great master. Sannidho means in his company. That's Sannidho. What happens? Where Tyaga or feeling of animosity disappears. What a great advantage that ahimsa pratisthayam tat sannidho, where Tyaga. And if you are a yogi, other people will get that benefit. Means in your presence, the animosity does not visit or gets deleted from the consciousness of a person who comes in contact with such a yogi. So you want to be that yogi. How does it happen? So that is the advantage of ahimsa. Ahimsa, like we understood and we saw that ahimsa means not causing injury. Hinsa means injury. Ahimsa means not causing injury. Injury by words, injury by thought, injuries by action, injuries by attitude, nothing. When you attain to such a great status, then people around you will become ahimsak, means their animosity from their consciousness. Example. Yeah, a married couple has a problem and they are having arguments and they are unhappy. So instead of going to a lawyer who is a regular man, if they go to a man of wisdom and a yogi, they, in his presence, lose the animosity. So husband and wife, when they appear, who are fighting for last 1 month, in presence of such a great master, they cool down and their consciousness becomes less injurious, less traumatic. So the chances that you will reconcile is much better and you got a dose of wisdom from such a master. Instead of such a yogi, if you visit a lawyer, that's it. Then he will spin you downwards because he himself does not have a wisdom. So he himself doesn't have wisdom. So he will give you his information which is pertaining to the law, and he says, okay, you take this part, you take that part, just let's do the process, and then fight gets worse and you get divorced finally. Got it? So so ahimsa pratistayam tat sannido, where tyaga animals. Even they say even the wild animals in presence of such a yogis, they used to do meditation in the wilderness, and in presence of them, all the animals will lose their basic nature, which is killing and which is injurious even, and a cow and a tiger can drink water from the same. You must have seen the great masters in samadhi giving doing this meditation, and around them the animals roaming and everybody is comfortable. That much is the effect of consciousness which is pristine, no element of a dirt, no element of injurious thought. So that is the advantage. So that is the benefit. And the cosmic rule is that whatever you give to the cosmos, means to outside, it will come back tenfold. You give goodness, goodness will come back tenfold. You give injury, hinsa will come back tenfold. You give ahimsa, ahimsa will come back to you tenfold. This is the rule. Whether you understand, believe, don't believe, it does not matter. This is the rule. So whatever you give, that will come tenfold back to you. So it is better that you give good thoughts, good vibration, good feelings out of your system, which is limited consciousness. From there to the outside, means dealing with the outside, you give this feeling of kindness, feeling of love, feeling of the compassion, and that will multiply 10 times and come back to you. You do not understand, but all these things will come back to you tenfold. So if you give bad, bad will come. And this principle is very important in in cultivating these thoughts in our children, because whatever you give to them, they will become established in that. You give them hinsa, they will become hinsak. You teach them ahimsa, they will become perfectly gentleman and yogi. You whatever you have and you give, you start giving in your family first, and then comes the outside world. So ahimsa, the advantage of ahimsa is that you will get a palpable benefit in the society, not only just imaginary benefit. No? So, so the one question comes that if you are that ahimsak, then the world is very cruel. They might destroy you. They might take advantage. So God teaches you what you do. So he says, have a facade of being very strong. Have your external appearance. You don't have to even cause violence, but people should be afraid of you to play with you. That's why all over our great incarnations, they had weapons in their hand. So Rama had a bow and arrow, Krishna had a Sudarshan chakra, and so Lord Shiva had a trident, Mataji had 10 weapons in the hand. Why? Not for decoration, but to show the power that no, if you do the evil, then this is not the place that you come near. So doing that is permitted in our dharma. No? So instead of becoming violent, have a facade, have the resources that nobody will harm you. So you don't have to be injurious. You are injurious in appearance, means like a nuclear deterrent. If you have nuclear power, nobody will play with you. No, otherwise people will threaten you, people will harm you out of their greed and feeling of conquering. So the appearance of being very aggressive and that appearance is advised, not only permitted, it is advised. So like you put a sign outside that beware of a dog. Even if you don't have a dog, put a fierce dog at your fence. The burglar will be more cautious in approaching that house. Keep a picture of a gun, the gun owner in this house. You don't have even a stick, but that will deter the people. And at the same time, be prepared that in case of eventuality, you are able to protect yourself and all the assets that God has given to you. Not only monetary assets, the dharma God has given to you, this life God has given to you, you should be able to protect. So in Sanatan Dharma, they tell that whenever you are threatened with your life, with the life of a lady, I mean, with a female, with the life of a cow is an example as to the animal or a Brahmin, that time violence is permitted, not permitted, it is encouraged and you must do it. Staying ahimsak that time, it will be a sign of importance. So that's what Lord Krishna says that, oh Arjuna, you are talking with such a foolish as a kalebhyam masmagama. Kalebhyam means get this negative feeling. Kalebhyam masmagama. Parth etatvainu kshodram hridaya durbulyam Taktva Uttishta Parantapa. Arjuna was giving a big lecture in the first chapter, 47 verses. The Lord didn't say a word. And in second chapter, he says, Klebhyam Masmagam. Parth etat. It doesn't befit you, Arjuna. Kalibhyam Masmagam. Parth etattvena upadin. Kshodram. It is very degrading to you. Kshodram Hradaya Durbalyam Tyaktva Uttishta Parantapa. Get up. Because otherwise, the life in the universe will not be possible for decent people. Finished. And God doesn't want evil to be predominant. That's why He created Mahabharata war. It was in His family. It was His relatives, and He even taught Arjuna so much that Arjuna was ready to kill his grandfather and the people he played with. He was very reluctant to show his duties. So that is dharma. So that time you don't want to be ahimsak, you want to be hinsak to why? To protect dharma. So that's why God says, yeah, whenever there is a decline of adharma and there is proliferation of adharma, I will come myself. He doesn't come, or he sends the people, right kind of people. So that is the advantage of ahimsa. So when once you are established in ahimsa, you get this kind of understanding. Not only you protect yourself, you protect the goodness in the cosmos, and the evil does not proliferate. If you witness becoming a meek and mild, then the evil will proliferate like a sitting duck. No, this is one after the other things will get destroyed. So that is no. So that is the advantage. So second verse says, so that is when you are established in ahimsa. That is what it is. So second verse is when you are established in satya, ahimsa, satyam. So what happens when you are established in satya? Satyam is truthful. The way I see, I talk. The way I think, I talk. The way I talk, I do. So when that is in harmony and unison, you are called yogi. If you can sit down and think that, am I doing that, whatever I'm talking, thinking, and acting, it is in harmony, then you are yogi. If it is discordant, then you need to read more scriptures. So that is Satya Pratisthayam. When established in Satya, Satya Pratisthayam Kriya Phala Asrayatvam. When you are established, there are four words. That is Satya Pratishtha. Pratishtha means establish. Establish means you understand this principle, you have imbibed this principle, you are following this principle. That's called Pratishtha. Like Pran Pratishtha in a temple, you are putting a god, there is a statue of God, and you are establishing divinity into that statue. That's called pratishtha. And so that is the word come here is that way. So Satya Pratisthayam, what happens? Kriya means whatever action you do, it will bring the right result. You get that power of Satya that whatever action you are doing will bring the right desirable results. In a normal circumstances, results are not under your control. That's what Lord tells you. The karmanyeva adhikarasti. Ma phale sukadachana. Ma karma phale turmur. Ma te sangotsva karmani. That your right is only on action, not on the fruit of action. But here, if you are wedded to truth, established in truth, your action will bring right fruits only. Not only your action, your thinking will bring right kind of results. So if whatever you say will happen, right, happen. So if a such yogi who is established in Satya says, God bless you, God will bless you. If he says, may you be cured, you will be cured. When you find such a yogi who is established in Satya all his life, such a man gets this divine characteristic and divine power, where he gets what is called Sabda Siddhi. Whatever he says will happen. Then he will get a Sankalpa Siddhi. Whatever he thinks, that will happen. These yogis are not somebody's puppets. So they before they open their mouth, before they bless you, before they curse you, they think 10 times before they do that. But this is the siddhi they get. Why they get this siddhi? Because God himself is Satya. And these people are so established in Satya that they are now coming closer and closer to him. So it is a next door neighbor to God, next door neighbor to that. So Satya, God is Satya. We saw that Satyameva Jayate Nanrutam. Remember? So all these slokas I usually do 50 times or 100 times, till it gets as Satyameva Jayate Nanrutam. If you do it, then it becomes part of it. So the yogi does it not hundreds of times, he does thousands of times all the time. So he has that power of God diffused and attained by the yogi. So like God wishes and the things happen. God says and the things happen. Similarly, yogi says and things happen. Example. Jesus went to the sick people and cured. As the blind got the sight and the paralyzed got up and started walking, and he wanted to feed the whole village. In from a basket, he fed the whole village. These are not stories; these are truth. So these are not stories. This is real. And okay, Jesus was 2,000 years ago, but now even to Bhagwan Swaminarayan, which was only 250 years ago. If you read him, you will find all these divine miracles and powers as attained by such great masters. So whatever they want, that happens. Whatever they think, that happens. So that is the power of Satya. So Satya Pratisthayam Kriya Phala Asrayatvam means Kriya Phal means the fruit of action becomes dependent on his action. Normally it is not. To a normal man, he can bang his head and break his head, but whatever is destined and and ready for him to enjoy, that will come. Not a dot more or dot less. But to yogi, but yogi is a man who has deleted all his wants. So when the wants are deleted, you become yogi. You don't become yogi with 1,000 wants in on your head. So yogi is a man who has no wants. His want is the goodness in the world. No? So such a man, when he says, that thing will happen. No? So that's why satya is considered as the greatest austerity. Na satyam samam tapa. There is no austerity equal to truth. So once one is established in Satya, this happens. Why? Why? Because Brahman himself is Satya. Satya. We saw that last time. Satyam Granam Anantam Brahma. So Brahman's characteristic Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma. Ajra Amara Avyaya. These three other qualifications. Advitiya means no duality. Sat Chit and Anand. 11 qualities of Brahman. And yogi has no other business in this world, and he has only one business. That's why he pursues and he gets it. So that is a advantage of going on this path. So all these great masters, they followed this. Like Sant Tulsidas Ji, I told you the story last time that he goes near a dead body and he touches and the man gets the life back because he had blessed his wife that may you remain always with your husband. No? And she said, "Oh, what are you blessing me? No, my husband died 15 minutes ago." But with his power of such a divinity, they can do it. No? So the same thing in Sankaracharya. So Sankaracharya ji, one time Sankaracharya ji was a greatest yogi, and he whatever he will get it in bhiksha he will eat. So one time he went to a lady, and lady was so poor that she had nothing in her house. So she started crying. She said, "Mother, why are you crying?" She says, "Oh, Sant, I don't have anything to give you, no." And he felt so much for her that he blessed and he sang and chanted a hymn which is called Kanak Stotra, means rain of gold happened in front of that lady. That is called Kanak Stotra. Real, not a fake story. So out of compassion for her poverty, Shankaracharya ji blessed her and that happened. So this is the power of Satya in these people. So that is a Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahman. There are lots of examples, so our time won't permit. We are bound by time, no, unfortunately. No. So the third verse is Asteya Pratisthayam. Asteya means non-stealing, the third virtue. Each virtue is like a tree. We are all born with these seeds. The seeds are there as a baby. We are all born with this. After birth and after getting exposed to the world, how much we water these seeds and these saplings and take care of that much we will get. So if we water the virtues of Satya and Ahimsa and take care of that or take care of those virtues in our children, which are saplings, and then they will grow to a big tree and they will get the fruits. So they are the seeds, we are all born with it. Unfortunately, getting exposed to the world, they remain dormant or not cared for. So those saplings, they wither and they die down. Few people water them, take care of that, they value that, then they get the benefit of those massive trees. that is like a mango tree. Yes, that will give you fruit after 20 years, 15 years. You water mango tree, it will happen. You you water poison ivy, you will become poison ivy. Both look green, but the other one nobody can come near you. Comes that then they will each to death if you are rolled into poison ivy. So that is the another side of that. So that is asteya means the third virtue, asteya pratisthayam. So ahimsa satyam asteya. So now we are talking about asteya. Asteya means non-stealing. When that virtue is followed, understood, and implemented in life to our best capacity, you will get the best result. What is the best result? Sarva Ratno Upasthanam. Again, four words here. Asteya Pratisthayam Sarva Ratno Upasthanam. When you follow this virtue of non-stealing, you will get all ratnas, means jewels, all jewels will be made available to you. By who? By Almighty. Who made available? The one who makes oxygen available, he will make these jewels available. When? But it is conditional. When you follow asteya. Asteya means non-stealing. Non-stealing in thought, non-stealing in your action and behavior everywhere. Stealing is not taking somebody's money. Stealing means not taking someone else's right. Whatever is destined and belongs to someone else, you do not encroach upon that right is called asteya. Example, teacher is supposed to teach students. If teacher plays games and does not teach students, he is taking the rights of students to learn from that teacher. That is called steya, chori. And asteya means not doing that. It is that sensitive. So asteya means another example. We all do it and we should not do it. We cut the lines or we use the influence to save time. Even in temples, no, you give $500 donation, they will take you in front line. You are depriving other devotees waiting in the line for since morning, and you are cutting the line. That is stealing in front of God. When your consciousness is that pure, your asteya. When you do that, whatever you need will be provided by Almighty God. Guaranteed. He doesn't say, I will provide your wants, but all the needs of a yogi will be provided. All comforts will be provided, health will be provided, his senses will be protected, his intelligence will be protected, his health will be protected, his family will be protected, everything would be. That's why it says Sarva Ratno Upasthanam. And those are the things we value, and they are called jewels in life. If you have $5 million in the bank and your wife is sick and daughter is suffering from irreparable disease and all those disasters, that 5 million is useless now. So those are not considered jewels. But if you follow these highest virtues, then God says, Ms. Patanjali ji says that asteya pratisthayam sarvaratno upasthanam. Try and it happens. And Mercy ji says that each one you should try on your own. So when that can be done, when that consciousness from your consciousness, if you delete I want feeling, you are yogi. At the moment, our consciousness is contaminated. I use the word contaminated so many times. Contaminated. Contaminated with what? What? With our wants. The moment you delete the consciousness of wanting something, you are towards the yoga and you are a yogi. So that is deleting the emotion or want from our consciousness is called yogic process. And that process can only happen when you do tyaga. Tyaga brings a tyaga sanantaram. With a tyag, when you renounce, then you will have peace and bliss. Otherwise, you will not get it. That's why God says that. Sreyohi gnanam abhyasat 12:12. Sreyohi gnanam abhyasat gnanat dhyanam visishyate dhyanat karma phala tyaga tyagat santiranantaram. Means with tyaga, you will get peace. Anantaram means right away and forever. When you have to. So tyag is a word is hidden in yogi. Yogi is a tyagi. Tyagi is the word hidden in Gita. So Gita, if you do it and you are wedded to Gita and you do it all the time, you will end up becoming tyagi. So that's what Bhagavan Ramakrishna said. Gita, 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 Gita. You do it 10 times, then you will be chanting Tyagi, 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 Tyagi. Why? Because that's what you will become. You cannot be a devotee of Gita, real devotee, and a worldly man. These two don't go together. No. So from his consciousness it is gone. Not that you away bills and you are careless. No, but the power that God has bestowed, you'll be able to use much useful way, though you are in a possession of millions of dollars. So that is called Tyagat Santir Anantara. So with the Tyaga will give the feeling of non-stealing, and non-stealing will bring you all that you need. You need health, you need wealth, you need shelter, you need peace, you need bliss, you need happiness, and all will be guaranteed by God. That's what God says. So, asteya pratistayam sarvaratno upasthanam. And God gives the guarantees, lot of places now. So, ananya nischintayanto mam ye jana paripasate tesham nitya abhiyuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyaham. 922. That is verse comes right in the middle of Bhagavad Gita, right in the middle of 9th chapter, 22nd verse, which says Ananya Nischintayantu Mam. When giving up everything else, when somebody is devoted to me and does my bhakti, misunderstanding what I am teaching, Ananya Nischintayantu Mam Ye Jana Paryupasate. What I will do for them? Tesham Nitya Abhi Yukta Nam Yoga Kshemam Vahamiham. I will take care of his needs. I will take care of whatever he has. I'll preserve whatever he has. That is called yoga. And kshemam, whatever he needs, I will give it to him. I know both. That's God says. These assuring words, very famous words, in the middle of Bhagavad Gita. So that is asteya. Next one is Brahmacharya Pratisthayam. The fourth virtue was Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya Pratisthayam Virya Labha. We went in the details of Brahmacharya because most misunderstood term is Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya Pratisthayam. Once you are established in Brahmacharya, Brahmacharya Pratisthayam. Pratisthayam means established. Pratisthayam. Virya Labha. Virya Labha means, Virya means vigor. Virya means urja in Sanskrit, or power. Virya means your capacity to remember, capacity to understand. As all that power I will bestow with one who is following Brahmacharya. We saw the term. Brahmacharya is a Brahman, and Charya. Charya means conduct. Brahman means Brahman. 11 qualities we described. So that Brahman Conduct which to approach that Brahman is called brahmacharya. Conduct to attain to that Brahman is brahmacharya. When somebody is established in that goal, brahmacharya pratishtayam, virya labha means I will give them all the energy they need. Virya labha is not a procreative fluid, so that is seminal fluid. God is not talking about that now. Virya labha, virya, another meaning of virya labha. Virya is a procreative fluid, no? So the God is that is just a minuscule part of human life, and we misunderstood brahmacharya means just sexual activity inhibition. You will become a yogi. You can't become a yogi like that. Otherwise, we will do it, and a lot of people will try to get it. You don't get anything, no. Only thing you will get a discipline, and that discipline God says no, no. There's means always says this. It is one of the disciplines, but then you mess up 100 things, and then you are following that discipline, you get nothing. So that is here brahmacharya is used in a very broad sense. Means brahmacharya means using all the resources God has given you in a measured, monitored, right way is called brahmacharya. Using your time right way, not wasting time, and using time to progress higher. Using your wealth in a right way, using your physical energy in a right way. Conscious about everything, using it right way for the ultimate goal of attaining to Brahman is called brahmacharya. So brahmacharya pratisthayam, and if you do it, you will get all the advantages of a brahmacharya. No? So that is when the goal is very focused on one, that's what God says, that goal is called vyavasayatmika buddhi. Means intellect that is only focused on Brahman or a higher goal is called vyavasayatmika buddhi. God uses this term in the second chapter and tells Arjuna, vyavasayatmika buddhi ek hi kurunandana Bahusakhi Anantasasmi Buddhi Avyavasayinam. Arjuna, the man who has focused and understood the Brahman and made it a goal, that's called Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, Ek he has only one goal, Ek hi Kurunanda. And what happens about other people? Bahusakhi, the multifaceted, Bahusakhi, Anantas Chasmi, they have million goals and million paths. As Bahusakhi, Anantas Chasmi, Buddhi, Avyavasayinam. The man without a definite goal, he has multiple goals, changing goals, his energy is dissipated, and he goes back empty hand. Got it? व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धि एक ही कुरु नंदन बहुसाखी अनंतश्चास्मि बुद्धि व्यवसाय. And we are victim of that, no? So our buddhi, our consciousness goes from one time from diploma to a house, and from there to car, and from comforts, and from position, and from power. Means our goals are splintered and multifaceted. So our efforts are also all in multiple directions, and time is finished, and we go home, back wherever we came from, as empty hand. So that's what it is now. So that is a brahmacharya means using it right way. You remember that very pleasant thing I told you of Sant Kabira? I said that is a that he tells that ऊंची कोठी सुंदर नारी. You got everything, my friend. ऊंची कोठी सुंदर नारी. Satnam binahari baji. Without God, you have lost already. No, no, stop doing it now. Satnam binahari. Kahat Kabir ant ki bari. Sant Kabir says at the last time, ant ki bari. हाथ झाड़ कर चला भिखारी. Means with empty hand he goes okay from maternity home to funeral home. Your journey is futile. These things only the great saints can tell us, and whatever we can pick up and follow, it looks kind of impossible and very critical to our existence, but that is the truth, So vyavasayatmika. So to attend to this thing, you need is a very divine mind, So that is brahmacharya. Another meaning of brahmacharya is chaste mind, is brahmacharya. Chastity means it is pertaining to the sexual activity, but the real meaning of brahmacharya is chaste mind, means mind which has no blemishes, is called brahmacharya. And once you have that, means mind without wants, mind without jealousy, mind without all negative things, kam, krodha, lobha, moha, mad, matsar. All six are deleted. That mind is called pristine mind, or chaste mind, which is one of the characteristics of brahmacharya, the one who is otherwise no. Brahmacharya doesn't mean only sexual activity. Otherwise, 99% of people will be ineligible for that. If you take the example of all the great masters, they were all married people. No, even our gods were married. The Sita, Ram, Radhe, Shyam, Umapati, Parvati, all that. Sant Tukaram was married. All these people were householders, but they were all with their mind in Brahman. That is the real meaning of brahmacharya. So I have to move fast. And the last one is aparigraha. We are only going to do five, because these things demand time. Otherwise, just reading that, oh my God, it will be useless. Aparigraha. Aparigraha means not hoarding. That's another virtue. So ahimsa, satyam, asteya, brahmacharya, aparigraha means not holding, not collecting. When your mind is pristine and not wanting, why will you hoard it? You are not a security guard. You will collect and monitor your wealth and monitor your things. So aparigrahas, what happens? Aparigrahas theory, once established in aparigraha, means not holding. Aparigraha theory, what happens? Janma, katha, kathanta, sambodha. Once established in aparigraha, means not hoarding. I don't want it, so why have a headache? So aparigraha, once established in aparigraha, sthirya means established in that. Janma means life. Katha means its story, the story of your life, why I'm here, where I come from, where I'm going to go. Janma Katha, Kathanta, Sambodha. Bodha means knowledge. Sambodha means that divine knowledge, where I come from, where I'm going to go, what is the purpose of this life, what's happening. All thinking men will have these, especially when they get old and when they come near the death. These two questions will come to everyone, says Swami Vivekananda. So death and decay will knock on every door to ask this question: Where am I from? Where am I going? What's the purpose of life? We all have that, but we subdue those questions. No? With aparigraha, sthirye, janma, kathanta, sambodha, you will get to know where I come from and what is the purpose of life. That's what Swami Vivekananda says. First thing that will happen is the faint memory of your past. And you know that this is not the only time I am here. I'm coming and going, and I don't want to do it. So the yogi gets established that I don't want to go this picnic from maternity home to funeral home. It is of no interest to me. Who does decides that? There's the yogi decides. Bhogi is so busy in bhoga, so that before he wakes up, he's already on his way out. So yogi These are great masters says, no? It is written in Raj Yoga. Our greatest Swami says that. So aparigraha theory, when you are established in aparigraha, you will get the memory and understanding of these multiple births, and you will get answer to all these questions. So that is called aparigraha theory, janma kathanta sambodha, means that divine knowledge, you will get that. And so yogi, uh, and yogi has a very clear goal. So he doesn't want anything, is yogi. And otherwise we are all bhogi, so we get entangled in this. So that is the great advantage of these aparigraha. And all great masters, they, whom we call great atmas, they did it. Example, Vinoba Bhave, Mahatma Gandhi, Subhash Chandra Bose, all these men of thinking, and they all have Bhagavad Gita in their pocket. Okay, that's another beauty. They all died with Bhagavad Gita in their pocket. Subhas Babu died with Bhagavad Gita in his pocket. He did impossible things for the nation. Why? For the nation. Otherwise, he was also young. He was very handsome. He was very brilliant. He was IAS officer. He threw it in the face of Britishers. Have you seen that movie, Forgotten Hero? You must see that. Forgotten Hero, beautiful movie on the life of Subhas Babu. And that there at one stage when he walked from India to Kabul, he went on foot. He was the most wanted man by Britishers. And when he disappeared, he was under house arrest, and he just under the disguise of a salesman, he went to the frontier, and from frontier he walked all the way to Russia and to Germany and everywhere. And that time it's shown that big gold, big silver coin with the British Queen, he puts it on the ground and stamps on that. He says, "Hell with you, no, just I am for my motherland," and he single-handedly started the journey. How could they do it? Because of divine power or yogic mind, pristine mind with a goal, and that was his activity was very much in favor of us becoming free. So these great masters, I'm just mentioning their name. So they are lot of these great masters, Ramakrishna, Paramahamsa, Bhagavan Raman Mercy, and all those things. These are all greatest yogis of their time. So you can ask any question, because I'm sure our intellect will not agree with all these five virtues. But whether we agrees or not, we can, if we have time, we will be getting the right answers. And one thing, remember, time time is money. That is some lawyer made that sutra. It was not lawyer. It was Benjamin Franklin, a great man who used the time very wisely. One of the forefathers of our nation, as he said that time is money, but time is money for lawyers only. Time is, to me, time is a gift of God. So time is a gift of God. Without that gift, you have no time. So in reality, it is time is the gift of God, and wise. That's why they say wisely if you use it. So ask any question if you.
I just probably missed something that I just want to reiterate here. I know you mentioned from one of the Upanishad about the definition of Brahman, which is Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma, right? And it has associated with 11 qualities. So probably I didn't get what qualities you were describing as 11 qualities of Brahman.
Satyam, Gnanam, Anantam, Brahma. There,
Hmm.
all the qualities of Atman is same as that of Brahman. So Sat Chit Anand, that is another thing. Then Nirakar, Nirvikar, Nisanga, all starting with Ni.
Yeah.
Those are qualities of Brahman.
Okay.
He has no shape, Nirakar, Nirvikara, there is no
Nirvikar.
body. Nirakara, Nirvikara, Nischala, Niranjana, Nitya, Nitya Mukta, Nitya, Nitya Suddha, all those qualities belong to Brahman.
Okay.
So there are many of them, just 11 I mentioned it here.
Okay. All right. I got that.
So
Now,
that is God, divinity,
yeah.
God or Brahman.
Okay. When you mention about aparigraha, so say not holding and not you are collecting anything, you are keeping whatever is your only need. Now, in that, if somebody gives a gift, right,
Yeah.
and a gift has a sort of reciprocate meaning that what he gets
So,
in,
so the real yogi says, no, thank
yeah,
you very much.
don't take a gift.
Put it in front of it as of God and use it for public thing. I could care less because he has given it up.
Yeah,
He has no want, personal want. He doesn't have any wants.
correct, correct.
So he has he has a dirt value for your gift or for money. Bhagavan Ramakrishna used to do both the same way. There's that he said in Bengali, tikka mati. Tikka means the coin and this dirt. Both are same.
So what I was referring to is more of a when there is a gift is associated with the reciprocation of getting something back versus donation when you give also, but that has a pure meaning of selfless act to help somebody else.
That's the sattvic dana.
Yeah, that is a
Sattvic dana, you give, you forget. You give, you
yeah.
forget. You move. You could care less whether somebody mentions your name, puts it in a publication, says you get a garland, you don't get a garland, you give it because I ought to give, I give and I forget and I move forward. That is called real dana. So, so real yogi does not want anything. He does not. So he it is of no meaning to him.
So basically, aparigraha leads to a non-greed kind of confirmation.
No,
So
non-greed leads to aparigraha.
yeah,
You
okay,
have no
okay,
greed, you have
yeah,
no wants. Not
yeah,
forget about greed means wanting more and more,
correct.
and what I have is not enough is called greed.
Yeah.
Wanting is a normal human thing, but the yogi has crossed that limit also. He doesn't want anything. He wants his basic needs, and God says, I will always provide basic. So
Yeah.
they don't worry for tomorrow, no?
Yeah.
And God says, I take care of you. Not
Yeah.
only you, and everything around you will work out so well.
Yeah.
So any other question? I see
Okay.
some new my friends. Dr. Khajan is there. So all new friends. No, maybe you can become visible now, and you can introduce yourself. He's a young man. He's a very nice, and I just came to know him for our last 3 weeks or 4 weeks now.
This is excellent. Thank you, Atulji.
Can we have a look at you? No, if it is possible. No, I know him very well.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
For other people to know, if it is possible.
No, I'm on the road right now,
Yeah,
so that is
okay, no
why. Yeah,
problem, no
yeah.
problem, no problem. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Chokshi.
Yeah.
Any other question for Dr. Chokshi, please?
Is there any question or whatever I said that I mean I don't say anything. No, I just transfer. So that is acceptable and digestible and settled in your consciousness at least for time being.
Yeah, so I had a thought.
Yes.
So what is that point of it must be different for different people, the point where you think that this is all I want and nothing more. Is 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 that anything coming close to non-hoarding? Because what do you think is the limit that this is what I want and nothing more? How do people determine that? That's different for everyone.
As long as you want something, then you're still stuck, So not wanting anything is a very high state, and not wanting anything, I mean, you crossed all the limits of the worldly things, Means worldly things are of no consequence to me. Not that you are throwing it in the garbage. You are not throwing your house and the possession and car and all this. But mentally you are free from the attachment of those things. So
Okay.
it is not that my limit is if I get 5 million, I don't want 6 million. No, that is not the limit. No, that is not the teaching. No.
So it is like coming to state of mind where your mind says you don't need, you have all you need, or something like that.
No, no, no. Means your focus is changed now. From the worldly thing, you are now interested in godly thing and divinity. So worldly thing is of no consequence to you. So now your goal is vyavsayatmika. You became vyavsayatmika now. Now your goal is to understand divinity and move towards divinity. That is vyavsayatmika buddhi. So that is that the goal is changed. So the basic needs are there. Everybody needs a shelter, food, and place to sleep. Yogi also gets it, and a Bhogi also gets it. But no, but yogi's mind is and time and consciousness is used to understand more and more divinity.
I guess it's
So he's
contentment.
he's out of this world. For this world, he's dead, and the world is dead for him, and he's dead for this world. That is called real yogi.
So you still engage in your daily life and what you're doing and your families and your jobs, but your mind is at another level.
Right. So, on the contrary, you are doing more for this world. You are doing more for this world because your personal things are gone. Means, example, you are not working for yourself. You are working for cosmos. You are working for God. You are God's employee now. I do to please God. I am God's employee. Whatever He gives, I am happy with it. I've taken Sharanagati in God, and I will do His work because He wants me to serve His children and His creation. So such a yogi is very busy. He's not a libum, no. So he's very busy and he's contributing the most. But his frame of mind is different.
So basically, it's like a Jivan Mukta.
Yes, you are done with this world. That's what it is. Shankaracharya ji explains very well the mind of a yogi. So he says, Yoga rato va, bhoga rato va, sanga rato va, sanga vihina, yasya brahmani ramate chittam, nandati nandati nandati. Such a man, whether he is alone, whether he is in a party, whether he is in a worldly gathering, yoga ratova, bhoga ratova, sanga ratova, sanga vihina. Yasya means whose mind? Yasya Ramani Brahmate Chittam means his mind is roaming in Brahman. Nandati, Nandati, Nandati. He is the only one rejoicing in this world. Everybody else is just getting little drops of sweetness and going home. But the yogi is always, that's called bliss. Otherwise, it's called party. We had a nice time, and what? Now you're flat tire going home, and then you're miserable again. So that temporary dots, no, but the yogi is really in Brahman.
Hmm. And I did okay. I think I get it. And I wanted to mention when Monish was talking about a donation, and when you said Sattvic Dan, my grandma used to say that giving in the true sense is only when you give with your right hand, but your left hand doesn't know.
That's
That
right.
much is called that is called Sattvic Dan.
Yeah,
So that reminded me of that when we were saying.
yeah. So one time somebody asked the Sant Rahim, that when you are such a big giver, and why you keep down is always when you are giving. So that time he says,
देनहार कोई
देनहार और
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 है
कोई है जो दीवत दिन रात, लोग ब्रह्म हम पर करे तासो नीचो नेन. The giver is the one who gives this day and night, means the Almighty. People will think that I am a big donor. That's why I just do my दिन आर और कोई है देवत जो दिन रात.
This was for Raja Harishchandra, that he used to keep his eyes down when he gave a.
Yes, there are so many great. So that is the reason that you read these great masters, their life stories, and you tell the life stories to your children and show the movies like that, and between the age of 2 to 10, 2 to 12. If you haven't done it, that's it. The train is gone out of your yard, and you're finished. So if you do that, then they will be established in the right thinking and right principles, and they will be established in is these 5 yamas and 5 niyamas, and they will be very effective beings. But if it is not done in the early life, and if they are raised on cartoons, they will become cartoon. That is the unfortunate truth, and guaranteed. Says God gives guarantee that whatever you have done, whoever takes care of their farm or garden, that garden will flourish. Whoever neglects the garden, that will wither. That is the rule of cosmos.
Dr. Chokshi, I heard like Neetaji and Kamlesh, you mentioned like, what do you say, right hand, give it with the right hand, so the
Yes.
left hand doesn't know.
Yes,
Okay.
that means you are
No
so,
ego in you.
yeah.
You don't feel proud that you gave something.
You don't want anybody to know.
Okay.
Anybody to know.
Mhm.
That is called anonymous donor. Sometimes you will see the list, anonymous donor. Means somebody
Anonymous.
gave it. With it.
Sometimes what happens is just a thought. You give donation with a good intention, with like temple or many other places. But then let's say you find out that you give, I don't know, 500,000, 5,000, whatever you gave, but that donation did not go in a right place. In other words, they misused it. Uh, I don't know. I don't want to pinpoint anyone, but it has happened many times. So do you stop
Okay.
that
No,
or?
I understood your question. So that is none of our concern. So you did your duty of giving with a charitable mind and a pure heart. The man who was in charge, he did a fraudulent activity and did not
Mhm.
happen. So that goes as his sinful, evil activity. That evil that you do it in a religious place, it has no cure at all. So if you play mischief in the world, it can be forgiven by visiting the holy places. But if you do the cheating in the holy places, that is vajra lepo bhavishyati.
Mhm.
Means it will be written like you put it your writing on a cement, and that is engraved on the stone.
All right. So you do with your good intention.
Yes, so it's anybody playing with that kind of money or that kind of resources is a evil. People do it, but it is of no concern to the real donor or real man. No.
I think if we
Okay.
can spread the teaching, which is the basic thing is you get 10 times what you give. If you give one good thing, you get 10 times good things back. If you do one bad thing, then 10 times bad things will happen to you. So
That's a rule,
when you
cosmic
give with a
law.
good
These
intention,
are cosmic laws. No, I
right.
mean they are there, and then you see that the people who do that, what happened to them, just follow them. In this birth, in immediate near future or distant future, bad things happen. No? this Bernie Saunders, no, not Saunders, Bernie Saunders, the Bernie, what was his name? That
Madoff.
Pansy Bernie Madoff. That Pansy scheme, he defrauded so many people, so many widows and so many rich people they were, but they had given money and he swallowed that. And in his life, he was imprisoned. He died in prison. His one son was murdered. Another son committed suicide. uh, I have still kept the paper cutting. No? So in these life in 5 years span, everything happened.
Karmani Gati.
Where is cheating helped him to tell me? And that happens. No, it may happen immediately or in future to you or your loved ones.
Dr. Chokshi, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
We teach there is a law of receiving, right? There is a law of receiving.
What
we
is the
feel
law of
lack.
receiving?
When we feel lack, right? I teach people whenever people have a lack of love, lack of abundance, lack of money, we teach people to go and give first. Okay, when you start giving, that will start receiving as well, right? So
Yeah.
what is there in Gita as well as Patanjali's sutras with respect to law of receiving?
Whatever goodness you will give to others or in the world, the 10 times it will come back to you. You don't have to be a millionaire or a rich man to give something.
Yeah.
Even giving your time, you're giving your love, giving your presence, physical help is also a donation, kind of donation, or a goodness to the world.
Yeah.
And once you start doing it, lot of good will come back to you.
Yeah.
That's Chinmayananji says that don't wait till you become millionaire to do the donation or good work. Do it. Go to a hospital and stand in front of a sick man and give him a company and comfort to the or rendering service in a temple or in a hospital itself is a charitable work.
Yeah.
So God has given you physical energy, time, money, intelligence. Using any of those resources for others is called donation. Donation is not only dollar bill. No,
Yeah.
that is the last thing. No, so I mean, these things we have to clearly understand. And if you are teaching youngsters, you have to explain.
Okay.
All right. I think it's about time. Thank you so much, Dr. Chokshi. That was really great. And I think we'll end our session by reciting our shloka, and we'll meet next Wednesday. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnmadaya Purnmevavashishyate. Om
Om
Shanti
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 Shanti.
Shanti.